If you're a full-time reseller, part-time reseller, a reseller who wants to go full-time, a reseller who just wants things to be better or easier, tomorrow, your life changes. That's what I said. It's the beginning of your life changes. Now, I'm going to go into a little scenario, not a scenario, just reality here. I signed an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, a while ago. That ends tomorrow. That ends tomorrow for a reason. Barring any unforeseen circumstances. Let's just put it that way. Okay, put that in parentheses before I say anything else. Tomorrow your life changes. But before I get into what sold and what the hell's up with eBay, some weird stuff, I want to kind of share something with you that you may not know, or maybe you kind of grasped here and there. I don't know exactly where to start with this. Let me just start with, I've been dropping little hints and things and told you there's a method to my madness. If you've been watching what I'm doing, you might have been wondering, well, why are you doing that? Why are you redoing your organization? Why are you making more space, whatever the case may be, right? But for me, there's something deeper here. Now, most of you know my backstory, where I came from, but all my life, I've been that person who, right, when somebody asks for help, I'm like, sure, no problem, I'm there. Then when it comes to this is the problem. I don't even know what it comes to that makes me back off. That makes me step away when something is going to happen that's going to take a risk or change things. I've always been the kind of person who would just fade into the background and just kind of fade away. Instead of trying to grasp onto an opportunity, if you will. I've always disliked that part of myself and always wrestled with why I was like that. Was I afraid of failure? Was I afraid of success? As weird as that may sound, that feels like a real thing. Why do I feel like I'm non-deserving? Why would I fear being successful at something? Or is fearing failure the underlying part of that, right? Like, I never figured that part out. I've always been the part that would sit back because of one of those three reasons, or all three, and just let everybody else go ahead. And I was always happy with seeing, and I still am, other people's success. But maybe there was always a part of me that dislike myself for not putting myself out there, for going all in, for whatever the case may be. And when I was presented with this opportunity, and I just want to say, I'm just a small part, a very, very tiny, I would question if I'm even a part of the bigger scenario that's going to be life-changing. I'm minuscule. I'm nothing compared to what everybody else has done. But I was asked to be a part of something, and maybe this is where my part begins. Maybe this is where I start feeling of some value. So when I was given the opportunity to sign this NDA and learn more, I started battling with myself again. What are you doing? No. Step back. I started fighting in my head about the same old thoughts prior my entire life. Just step aside. You're like I said, for whatever one of those reasons. But this time I said no. I fought back with myself. And I know this may sound stupid to some people. And I don't know why I always feel like I'm either not deserving of anything, or that like during this whole process, I've been questioning myself. Like, why was I asked? And on top of that, always waiting for the rug to be pulled out and say, never mind, we're going a different direction, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's always one of the two. Like, I always feel like I am just constantly mentally battling with myself in those departments. But this time I'm like, like I said, I just fought against those deep-rooted feelings, signed the paper, and went all in. Whatever you need, I'm here. I'm there. I'm going. Let's go. And there's been several times within communications, I actually said, let's go, exclamation points, where James of the rest of his life would be more sedated, be more, non-existent, be more invisible, just disappear, remove myself from a situation. But I didn't want that this time. Because there's one thing in my life that I feel was a success, and one thing I did that I feel like I did not have those feelings doing. And that was reselling and building how I wanted my reselling business to run. I didn't have those doubts or those fears when I knew I was building up $160,000 in inventory debt. Which, again, probably sounds weird. I was very confident in the vision that I had. So what was different between that and everything else in my life? I'm not sure of that. Still, to this moment, I'm not sure of that. Reselling at that point, me building the business the way I wanted it to build it, I knew it was going to be life-changing for me, and it has been. And dare I say, even more so today with eBay being so difficult and so many problems, the fact that I don't have to invest money in inventory because I have plenty of it. I have the debt-free business with 5 storage areas full of inventory. So I have almost like a second wave of feeling successful at something. Feeling proud of a decision I made. Feeling confident in I did something that was life-changing. And even going on 24 years later, it's still paying dividends, if not more so than it did then. Actually, I know for a fact more so today than it did then. So when I was presented an opportunity to be a minuscule 0.000000001 part of something within the reselling world that I felt personally, and these are my words, life-changing. Just as I felt building this. And there was no way I was going to let me talk me out of not doing everything I can. I even do that with YouTube. And I kind of thought of this as I was laying in bed this morning. Like with YouTube, I'll say, oh, I don't care if I get to this level or get to that level. I don't care if, I make any money here or what that money's going to be, how much it is. Why is that? Am I making excuses for not trying? Am I justifying the fear of failing, the fear of success? Am I justifying those things? Am I justifying, well, I don't deserve people watching me? Who am I? I'm nobody from nowhere. So is me saying those things about YouTube just me making an excuse for myself? Like, after playing around with YouTube, I know what kind of statements and what kind of thumbnails, what kind of titles gets more views than another. But then I'll have days where I'm like, I don't care. Why am I even doing this? And I'll just put up whatever. I don't even think about it. That's always been my life. That's always the way I've always been self-destructive like that. Self-sabotage, if you will. I've always self-sabotaged myself when it comes to trying to do something that's maybe successful. But not this time. Like I said, if those involved are watching, trust me when I say I know I'm nothing to this equation compared to what others have done. And I know my part basically starts tomorrow. So even today, I'm fighting those, should you call them demons? Those things that say, that are holding me back mentally. And then I have that other part of me saying, no, 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 you're going all freaking in. You're going to do everything within your power to do what is asked of you. So not only, barring any unseen circumstances, not only is tomorrow, I feel, is a life-changing thing, it's going to change your life. It's going to change our lives without a doubt. I don't 100% guarantee anything, but I will say I guarantee this will be 100% life changing, 100% reselling, business changing. I have no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm going to give it everything I got. And I appreciate anybody's support to help me do my small end of what needs to be done in this new adventure. And on that part, let's get to eBay and what sold. So I don't know what was up with eBay this morning. I go into my old store and it says I have no listings. It says that there are no listings that ship to my zip code. And I'm like, huh? This is only in the big store, the old store, the 23-year-old store, not the newer store. Odd. I know Chrome was updated last night, right? But what would that have to do with eBay telling me there's nothing here that ships to my location? What is that block? Nobody else seemed to be having this issue. I posted it on the tech board. Other people saw my store and saw the items were there, or at least another person did. So what was causing this block within my computer and eBay telling me that items don't ship to my location when they do? So I restarted the computer, cleared the browser history, all that stuff, and it was there again. So was this a problem with the Chrome update? Well, why did it not work and then it did work? Was it something in the cookies when I cleared the history? If so, what was that? And who else's computer is it on, i.e. buyers, who may check a store, check a seller, and it says they do not ship to your location? We know that do not ship to your location has been a problem for the last couple months because I've heard it directly from customers. Was this a shutdown fix to that? And did it just make it worse? Or did it actually fix something? Because I've had no sales from, well, we're going on 8 a.m. right now, so I haven't looked in the last half hour or so. We'll just call it the first 5 till 7 a.m. How about that? I had no sales from 10 p.m. last night to 7 a.m. this morning. So 5 hours into my day, I had 0 sales on both stores. Where if you've been watching, you know my days have been pretty good here lately, $750 to over $800 a day. The last couple few days or whatever. So what caused this? Was it a fix? Was it now worse than it was before? Well, I don't know. I have no answers for these questions. Something changed overnight that made my store do this to make it different. What that was, I have no idea. But that's all the pieces. So if you can put them together better than I can, then let me know, please. Fill me in, educate me, because I don't get it. I don't understand what happened there. Like I said, even if it was in the cookies, what changed overnight to make that happen? And is that something that's on other people's computer if they don't clear their cache? A lot of older people, they don't know what that kind of stuff means. So it's not something they do. So how many buyers is that affecting? I don't know. Was it just me? I don't know. Was it just my computer for some oddball reason? Maybe. I don't know. Something happened. And like I said, so for 7, 8, 9 hours, no sales, nothing came through. So I did take an offer on both stores at about 7 o'clock this morning. So I may have a couple of sales by now. Let's see. And then we'll see what I did yesterday also too. So on the media store, I got $15 right now at 8 a.m. And on the clothing store, I got $32. So I got 2 sales here and 1 sale over there in the last 10 hours. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Yesterday, looks like we're in the clothing store now, and it looks like it's been maybe my second biggest day in the last 31 days. So yesterday was a home run over here, at least. Let's see what it was and how much I did. So over here, yeah, $414. 413.92. So very good clothing store day. 413, 442. Yeah, second biggest day in the last 31 days. Come over to the media store. And we got, I know I had that international sale, at least that one on the Australia website. So, and over here, $569. 568.79 equals. So yesterday we almost had $1,000 day. Yet for 9 hours I had no sales overnight. My store acted differently this morning. And I've got 3 sales in the last 10 hours. So what is today going to show after almost $1,000 day yesterday? Well, we won't know that until the day is up, now will we? So I don't know what's up there. But at least I got a nice array of stuff to sell. As you know, I've been using a Chat GPT for now. And I've gotten, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 items here that I've listed with Chat GPT. And by listed, I just mean it making my title and I copy and paste. It doesn't technically make my listings. Was there more CDs to that? Did I leave some somewhere? Did I? Oops. No. I got this lot, and I was looking for these 2 items, but he had already pulled them. Okay, they came with the cassettes. I thought they were all CDs. Okay, we're good. All right. There was one item I couldn't find, so I'm going to look for that later. but it looks like something I think I've sold. It was a 76ers beanie hat for $10.50. But I'm going to look and see if it fell out of the box or fell into the box next to it or whatever. So I'll get that later. So we're going to start with the clothing store first. First up, we've got this Connected Apparel polka dot women's dress here. This sold for $12, headed to Washington, D.C. You know, I've always wondered what, I don't even know how to put all this stuff into words. Like, I've always wanted to be a part or do something that was life-changing. And technically I did do one thing. But why didn't I ever do more? What within me made me so docile, if you will? What made me feel non-deserving or afraid of? I've always had it in my head, I want to do big things so that I can help other hardworking people who don't have a break, right? That's always been my thing I enjoyed doing when I either donate to puppy stuff, to rescues, to Shriners for what they did for my dad when he was a kid, and to people who work hard, who just need a break. Those are the three areas where I always gave my money. So I've always wanted to do something more and bigger so I had more money, so I could do more things. But yet I always held myself back. Why do I always believe that I'm not important enough to do something? All right, got 11. Rachel. So I'm not taking, and maybe it's kind of shows you that when I am behind something, there's a reason for that. Because the only other thing that I went all in on in my life changed my life 1,000-fold from where I was. I see this evolution as the same thing. Next up, we've got this Janie and Jack Child's Newsboy. Sold for $6, headed to Corton, Tennessee. We do got an item going to Singapore. I'll pull that out. We'll do that next after this stuff. Should be all right in a mailer. It's small enough. How's our baby girl? All right. Two. Kindle. I think that's why I've kind of been I haven't showed too much excitement. We got Bert here. Bert sold for 12 bucks, headed to Richmond, Virginia. Just because I've had that battle going on in my head. Like, you know, whatever, like I said, whatever that battle is. Or whatever causes that battle. But all that's changing. All that is going to change. One part of me, like one part of me knows that this is going to be life-changing for a lot of people. And then another part of me is saying, shut up, James. No, it's not. Go away. You know, I mean, just it's weird, the battle within my head. But one thing I've learned all my life is you go with your first instincts. And my first instincts was, holy crap, this is exciting. This is freaking life-changing. I always go by my first instinct, and I've had for several years now because of that battle in my head. So when I have doubt, I go to my first instinct. James, what was your first instinct? My first instinct was, this is life-changing. Let's go. And that's where I'm sticking to. Next up, we've got some Hokas, just listed the other day with the help of ChatGPT. It did get the number wrong. It called these like number 3 or something when they're number 4. So like I said, there is some errors. You always got to read what it's putting out there with any kind of AI type of stuff. Just to make sure. Did he eat your food this morning, girl, because you went outside? I didn't even watch. Put these in a couple bags so they don't rub too much in the box. You gotta go pee-pee? You gotta go to the bathroom? Right, go upstairs and I'll open the door for you. You gotta go pee-pee? You gotta go to the bathroom? I'll be right back. Open the door. What's wrong, girl? What's wrong? She didn't even go up. Alrighty. Brad. Next up, we've got Cardinal Cap, sold for $10.50. Headed to Serena, Tennessee. Somebody said one thing they don't like about my channel is because they can't see me packing. So this is for you. I put tape on the box, 8x6x4. I take the hat and I put it in. And then I close the box. See, I closed it. and then I tape it. See, I taped it. Woohoo! I'm sorry, I just thought that was funny when somebody said that. I'm like, I thought it was always pretty obvious how I pack it if you see what I packed it in, but maybe not. Maybe not. Just next up, another item listed via ChatGPT's help. That's McCarthy Brothers Construction, St. Louis, Missouri. Vintage hat. Boom, 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 boom. So if you don't have that notification bell turned on, better make sure you turn that notification bell on. Because everything's about to get very interesting. Next up, we've got an old pair of my shoes that were sitting out in the garage forever. I had a box of shoes just sitting out there that I haven't worn in a long time. I'm like, I haven't worn them in a long time, let's just sell them. So these Asics here, cool shoes, very comfortable. I really like them. I don't know why I'm selling them, but they're more of a fall shoe. I only wore them in fall in autumn when I did wear them. But anyway, got 70 bucks out of them. Headed to New Jersey. New Jersey is the authentication place. So I'm going to put this aside. It's going to FedEx, not USPS. So I guess I found some sparkly tissue paper. I'll wrap these in instead of just a plastic bag. I was hoping it would be big enough. Kinda. I think they rewrap them anyway at the authentication place. So. Use their own paper and stuff. So. As long as it gets to there, I guess we'll be fine. So this I don't have to. SKC3. I don't have to weigh that. And finally over here, US anyway, we got a Cubs hat. This sold for 12 bucks. Headed to Paxton, Illinois. Still used to my hat boxes being down there. I keep wanting to grab down there instead of up. Boom, boom, boom. Blake. Boink, 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 boink. And I got a feeling, not only do you want to watch my channel tomorrow, I got a feeling you're probably going to want to watch Josh's channel tomorrow. So if you're not subscribe to Josh Galt's channel. You may want to. Did they fix this yet? Nope. It's still not working properly. I don't know why. Oh wait, this ain't even no. Oh yeah, I did that store. Oh, so this is the other store it's not doing properly now. It was just my media store. Yeah, screw you. And now it's the other store also I can't print up a scan form for. Put this one aside. She finally went up now, I guess. I left the door open, so. She might be having tummy issues. Pee-wee went back to bed after he got done eating. I gotta go check him, smell him, because I got a little whiff of that pre-seizure smell this morning. So I gotta make sure he's okay. I gave him his meds, so. All right. Boom. Ooh, nice. I just got like 3 sales. One of them, an item I put up last night. Okay, that's not pulled yet. We got Croatia. And that's it there. So do international after this. All right, first up we've got Geffen promo sampler. Sold for $13. Headed to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. Jason. Next up, item I just put up via the help of ChatGPT. And we got the Carnival Fun Ship Cruise Line Sensation. As you know, I always try to buy everything cruise line related. This sold for $20. Headed down to Florida. Wrap this in. And then we'll go. Let me grab a couple of air bubbles. over, boo-boo. One, six. Dennis. Johnny Lee, Sounds Like Love, cassette tape. Sold for $5, headed to High Falls, North Carolina. So I went ahead and decided to weigh myself yesterday morning. First time weighing since I started this change that I've been doing. And down 4 pounds, but that's usually pretty much water weight anyway. So curious to see where it goes after that. First 5 pounds I discount. Depending on your size, if you're bigger, probably more like 7 pounds. I don't know, but like for water weight, that stuff, the first 5 pounds are gonna come off easy. All you have to do is just drink water, not eat very much, and take a hot bath, and you're gonna lose 4 pounds, right? So, or run and sweat a lot, eat a little, and you're gonna lose 4 pounds, 5 pounds easily. So I always discount the first 5 pounds as just water weight stuff. Frankie. It's after that is when you know if you're doing things properly or not. Ed Townsend, 45 records, sold for $10, headed to Palm Bay, Florida. So yesterday I decided to, well, not yesterday, I guess a few days ago, Jan's last days off, I gave her new instructions on if she wants to help on her days off, what she's going to be doing. So then I can just concentrate on the listing and obviously the shipping, and then Adrian helps with the shipping. But she's going to be in charge of, I had her take care of the 45 records. This is the first one that sold out of the box that she alphabetized. So I'm like, let's see if she did well. And not alphabetized, but separate them by letter, basically. So this was the first out of that. So she done those 2 boxes for me, got those taken care of to make pulling out of those 2 boxes easier. So I going to have her working on the box transformation and also updating my quantity listings so I don't have to mess with those. Plus these 2 things she can do sitting down at her desk, being she stands all day as a pharmacist. Instead of her coming in and standing and taking pictures for me, she can do these sitting at her desk. So it'll be easier for her. All right, next up, are you ready for a media lot? Yeah, Dove Hits 2004, and this damn thing. Smash Hits for Kids. I spent 5 minutes looking for that thing, and it was already, Adrian already pulled it, and it was sitting here. I'm like, damn it. He just like pulled 2 pieces of the order last night and left the rest. So it's right here on shelf 30, and I was like going through it. I went through it 3 times, looked through this one twice, up above it and below it, just in case I misfiled it. And then I glance over here and it's sitting here. I'm like, damn it. And then we got the 3 Michael W. Smith, 2 singles, 1 full-length cassette, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 7. Buy 2, get 2, plus an extra. Let's do this to protect those. tummy's growling. I am hungry, but no eat until 1 p.m. No eat for you. Ooh, I still got some gases escaping me though. Wait a minute. Didn't I have an international on the other site? And one on this one? Because I only got one item sitting here. Oh, no, it's right here. Okay. I forgot about this little bitty one sitting right here. Okay. Brain fart. Okay. It's very easy to miss. Check my scan form. Oh, so now it works over here. No, it don't. Never mind. So both of them don't print properly now. So now I have no scan forms. Why does eBay like to set us up to fail? That's what it feels like. Way too often. Way too often it feels like that. Maybe that's just my perspective. But you know what? Tomorrow things change. Tomorrow, we resellers, we start the fight back. Hopefully I said it enough to confuse the hell out of you. Because you're going to want to be here. All right. First up, we got G.I. Joe. A little Uzi gun. Pew, 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 pew. This sold for $5. Headed to Singapore. Drop that in there like that. And just so it doesn't get lost since it's going international, I'm going to drop this into another envelope. That small thing, so light, could easily probably get lost. Get lost, I say. We got one. I better take Uzi gun out of that title. Used action figure toy. How about that? Close enough. Don't need them freaking. It says there's an Uzi in here. What do we do about this? Call in the bomb squad. Well, sir, the package is so small and light. Yeah, but technology these days, you never know. The recipient's city field is required. Okay, isn't that Singapore with Singapore or no? Am I thinking something else? I dislike it when these are a pain in the butt like that. Where's your address over here? Maybe it's that thing. And there's no way to add it, is there? I never found a way to add things to it. When it imports it over, I end up having to do the individual shipping thing. Alrighty. Ship single. Singapore. Sorry, now I'm thrown off and I'm going slow. She's back. Oh, baby girl. Now you don't want to paste? What the hell? Oh, it's because I'm on. Yeah. I was on another page, that's why. And I copied it to clipboard instead. Okay, yeah, city Singapore is Singapore. Okay, that's how it come up. Alrighty, name. All right, try this again. Oops. I just got to remember to move the tracking number over. Last time I forgot to do that and ended up getting marked as a late shipment when it wasn't. Action figure toy. What? I changed that, didn't I? I didn't change it there. Yeah. Doesn't take much to throw me off. Good Lord. And I think they paid $15 or $14 to have that shipped to them. Little bitty toy gun. Can't do copy to clipboard. Gotta do copy. Come over here, add tracking. Boom. Thank you for making that difficult. Boink. And then we got the one more. I just put this up the other day with the help of ChatGPT. And we got this reel-to-reel sealed. Blank reel-to-reel. And that sold for $24, headed to Croatia. Is it in there? Probably not. All right, here. There we go. All right, we've got like 13 by 12, we'll just call it 15. Reel-to-reel tape. 15. And you want a code number for reel-to-reel blank. like depends on the material of the reel. Film, reel cans, spools, what if I just type blank tape, if that will help. Okay, give me the number. Unrecorded media. These countries make everything so freaking difficult. It's ridiculous. All in the power of control. All in the name of power and control, I should say. I've said it many times before, you would think that the world would be smaller in the future, but yet we've gotten farther and farther apart, especially when it comes to mailing. No, you must buy for our country. If you don't, then you're going to be charged double, triple, quadruple the price of the item. So buy from our country. Why not just everybody buy from everywhere? Stop making everything so damn difficult. Good Lord. All right, I don't think nothing's sold since, well, I think we had a couple of so before I started shipping. So we were at 840. I'm at 71 now on the media store. And still at 32. So I'm at least at $100 before 9 o'clock. I guess something to be said there. But what I'm going to say, I shouldn't. Oh, all right. That's all for me. Off to the post office. So thanks everybody for hanging out. And I will see you tomorrow. If you snooze, you lose. All right. Thanks everybody. Later.